Good morning, and welcome to today's episode of Crypto Daily, where we dive into the latest news and trends shaping the world of cryptocurrency. I'm joined by my co host, and together we'll be exploring some exciting developments in the space.
That's right. Today we're looking at a mix of market-moving stories, innovative projects, and emerging trends. Let's start with some big news from the Sway blockchain, where DeFi protocol Suilend just raised $6 million to expand its crypto finance services.
Suilend is one of the largest protocols on Sway, and this funding round is a significant vote of confidence in the project's potential. For our listeners who may not be familiar with Sway, can you give us a quick rundown of what's happening in its DeFi ecosystem?
Certainly. While Sway hasn't yet reached the same level of hype as some other blockchains, its DeFi ecosystem is quietly gaining traction. We're seeing a steady increase in activity, with protocols like Suilend leading the charge. This funding round will likely help Suilend expand its offerings and attract more users to the platform.
That's great to hear. Decentralized finance is all about creating new opportunities for users to interact with cryptocurrencies, and Suilend is a key player in that space. Speaking of new opportunities, have you come across these decentralized predictive markets that are gaining popularity?
You're referring to projects like MYRIAD, launched by Decrypt and Rug Radio. These platforms allow users to bet on the outcomes of events such as elections or sports games. It's an interesting area of innovation, and we're seeing a lot of traction in this space. And
That's right. Decentralized prediction markets are a fascinating topic, and we'll be exploring them in more depth later in the episode. But first, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather the dog in the room. Many coins have reached a staggering $140 billion market cap and are gaining ground in the broader crypto economy.
now, it's amazing to see the growth of Memecoins like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. According to a research report by CXIO, Memecoin trading volume grew by 99% from January to December, accounting for over 5% of the entire crypto market share. And
And it's interesting to note that while some Bitcoins, like those tied to politics, have lost popularity, others continue to thrive. This raises questions about the role of middle coins in the crypto ecosystem and whether they're here to stay.
absolutely out. As we explore these topics further, we'll be examining the implications of Memecoin's growing influence and what it means for the broader crypto market. It's going to be a fascinating conversation, so stay tuned.
Following up on our previous discussion about the ever-changing landscape of crypto regulations, we have some breaking news. President-elect Donald Trump has appointed David Sachs as the White House AI and Crypto Czar to oversee policy initiatives for his second term. This move marks a significant shift in the U.S. approach to emerging technologies.
That's right. Sachs, a well-known venture capitalist, is the co-founder of Craft Ventures, LLC. Trump announced the appointment through his Truth Social platform, stating that Sachs will lead the newly created technology czar position. This appointment is likely to have a profound impact on the future of crypto regulations in the United States.
Building on what we discussed earlier about the importance of clear regulations in the crypto space, this move could be seen as a step in the right direction. Having a dedicated army overseeing AI and crypto policy initiatives could provide much needed clarity and direction for the industry.
Speaking of clarity, it's interesting to know that this appointment comes at a time when crypto is becoming increasingly intertwined with other emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence. As we've seen in recent months, AI has been making waves in various industries, from art to entertainment.
And even in areas like environmental conservation. For instance, drones equipped with AI-powered sensors are being used to monitor and track wildfires and providing an unparalleled view of the biggest wildfire risks. This technology has the potential to save lives and prevent devastating damage to the environment.
That's a great example of how emerging technologies can be used for the greater good. And as we've seen in the crypto space, the intersection of technology and finance can lead to some remarkable innovations. Take, for example, the recent surge in Bitcoin's price, which has left some true believers basking in an "I told you so" glow at the Washington Post.
Yes, it's certainly been a wild ride for Bitcoin enthusiasts. And as we've discussed before, this surge is likely due to a combination of factors, including increased adoption and improved infrastructure. However, it's also worth noting that the crypto market is notoriously volatile and prices can fluctuate rapidly.
That's right. As always, it's essential for investors to do their own research and exercise caution when navigating the crypto market. But for now, it seems like the bulls are running and Bitcoin is leading the charge. We'll continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as more information becomes available.
Building on what we discussed earlier about the market's anticipation for China's next move, it seems like traders are playing the waiting game. Emerging stocks have stalled, and it's anyone's guess what the next big move will be.
That's right. The lack of clarity is definitely causing some uncertainty in the market. And speaking of uncertainty, Bitcoin just experienced a sudden plunge from its record high around $100,000. It dropped below $94,000 late Thursday, leaving many scratching their heads.
Yeah, that was a shocking move. I mean, BTC has been on a tear lately, taking out milestone after milestone, but the bottom just fell out, and there's no immediately obvious reason for the drop. I've seen some data from CoinDesk and indices that shows Bitcoin dropped as low as $93.34.
I've seen some reports from Binance that it got even lower, around $90,500. But what's interesting is that it seems to have rebounded just as quickly. I mean, we're talking about a $6,000 drop in minutes, followed by a sharp recovery. That's some serious volatility.
Absolutely. And it's not just the price of Bitcoin that's affected. This sudden plunge sparked over $1 billion in digital asset liquidations. That's a lot of money changing hands in a very short period of time.
Yeah, and it's not like this is an isolated incident. We've seen this kind of volatility before, especially when the market gets a little too ahead of itself. I mean, Bitcoin's price plunged 6.3% to a low of $92,000 within 3 minutes, only to rebound above $97,600 before dipping another 1%.
That's right. And despite all this drama, the asset is still only down 1.7% on the day, sitting around $97,100. So while it's been a wild ride, it's not like the sky is falling or anything.
Exactly. I think this just goes to show that the crypto market is still a very unpredictable place. You've got to be prepared for anything, and that includes sudden drops and rapid recoveries. It's all just part of the game.
Well, we'll continue to keep an eye on the situation and see how things play out. In the meantime, it's business as usual in the crypto world. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis.
Building on what we discussed earlier about the increasing regulatory pressure on stablecoins, Circle is now claiming bragging rights after its USDC stablecoin became the first regulated stablecoin in Canada.
And that's a significant development considering the Canadian Securities Administrators started rolling out tighter regulations for digital assets last year. This move puts pressure on other crypto exchanges operating in the country to comply with these new rules by the end of the year.
Exactly. It will be interesting to see how other exchanges respond to these regulations. The CSA's guidelines for listing stablecoins are quite strict, and it's clear that Circle has made a concerted effort to comply.
Speaking of concerted efforts, billionaire Girko's XTX has just donated millions to improve AI's math capabilities. While this isn't directly related to crypto, it does highlight the growing intersection of technology and finance.
That's a great point. As we've discussed before, AI has the potential to significantly impact the crypto space, particularly when it comes to trading and risk management. Improving AI's math capabilities could have far-reaching implications for the industry.
Absolutely. And on a more lighthearted note, the Hawk Tua Girls Memecoin is facing allegations of a rug pull, despite project leads denying any wrongdoing.
Yes, I saw that story circulating on social media. Apparently, 285 investors joined the Hawk pre-sale, and some wallets sold a significant portion of their holdings. The project leads are claiming that the allegations are unfounded, but it's clear that there's been a lot of FUD circulating around this project.
Third, our certainty and doubt. It's a major issue in the crypto space. It's often difficult to separate fact from fiction, and projects like Hawk IQA Girls Memecoin are particularly vulnerable to speculation and misinformation.
That's why it's so important for investors to do their own research and due diligence before investing in any project, and for projects themselves to prioritize transparency and communication with their community.
Absolutely. Transparency and communication are key to building trust in the crypto space. And as we've seen with Circle's USDC stablecoin, complying with regulation and guidelines is also crucial for establishing credibility and legitimacy.
As we wrap up today's episode, I want to circle back to our discussion on Pudgy Pengu and their upcoming Pengu token release. What are your thoughts on this move, and do you think it's going to breathe new life into the NFT market?
I think it's a smart play by the Pudgy Penguins team. By releasing a token, they're not only rewarding their existing holders, but also opening up new opportunities for fans to engage with the brand. And as we mentioned earlier, with the total supply of 88 billion tokens, there's definitely potential for some interesting price action.
That's a great point, and it's worth noting that despite the NFT bear market, Pudgy Penguins has managed to retain a strong presence on social media platforms like X, YouTube, and Instagram. Their community is still highly engaged, which could bode well for the token's adoption.
Absolutely. Community is key in the NFT space, and Pudgy Penguin has done a great job of building a loyal following. Now, I want to shift gears a bit and talk about Tencent's new AI video generator, Hunyan Video. What do you think it's a direct challenge to OpenAI's Sora?
I think it's definitely a shot across the bow. By releasing a free and open source AI video generator, Tencent is putting pressure on OpenAI to deliver with Sora. And as we discussed earlier, the timing of this release is no coincidence, coming as it does during OpenAI's 12-day announcement campaign. And
That's right. And it's worth noting that Hunyan Video is already showing comparable results to existing top-tier video generators. This could be a game changer for creators and artists who want to experiment with AI-generated video content without breaking the bank.
now, I want to tie these stories together with our earlier discussion on Wall Street's increasing interest in crypto. It seems to me that we're seeing a convergence of traditional finance and crypto, with players like Tencent and Pudgy Penguins pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Now, I want to tie these stories together with what's possible.
I agree. And it's not just about the technology itself, but about the cultural and economic shifts that are happening as a result. As we mentioned earlier, Wall Street's go-go era is building momentum, with leveraged stock crypto gambits becoming more popular. This is a space to watch, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it in the coming weeks.
So, what are the key takeaways from today's episode? For me, it's the growing importance of community in the NFT space, the increasing competition in the AI video generator market, and the ongoing convergence of traditional finance and crypto.
I'd add to that the need for caution in the face of increasing leverage and risk-taking in the market. As always, it's essential to do your own research and stay informed before making any investment decisions.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for the latest updates and analysis from the world of crypto. Until next time, stay crypto savvy.